Hello people, welcome back to Jenny's channel. Like, I don't have a channel, but this is a project for my class. Speaking of, hey Miss Rogers, how are you? How's quarantine treating you? Hope the kids are great. Say hi to the misters for me. So for this project, I did a lot of thinking, and you know I finally came up with an idea. I was like, hey, this is a talent thing, right? And I could have sang, but I always sing. So I decided to change it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Um, I decided to turn one of my hobbies into a video. And you may be asking, Genesis, you got hobbies? What? You do more than just sleep and eat? What? Yes, I do. I actually crochet, which is pretty dandy if you tell me. But yeah, I know how to crochet and knit, and I have my fifth grade teacher to learn to thank for that. Wow, I can't even speak. Wow. Yes, my fifth grade teacher taught me how to knit actually, and then a family friend taught me later on how to crochet. Ooh, I hurt myself. Now, if you're asking me, I believe that if you are really trying to get into crocheting and knitting and all of that fun stuff, I suggest you start off with crocheting and not knitting, just because with knitting you do have two needles and you're constantly going in and out and in and out, and you have to weave and constantly switch with the needles, as if with crochet you're only using a hook and your hand, so it's not really that difficult. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty cool, so yeah, you will have a lot of fun with this if you choose to pursue it like I did. You will have a lot of fun. Like, you could make so much stuff. You can make socks, sweaters, blankets, shirts, pants. There's so much you can make. Speaking of, I brought out one of my projects that I made a couple of months ago, actually, for winter, for my sister. I made her a sweater slash coat. Well, I don't really know what to call it, but it's here. So I made her this. I should talk this jacket sweater thing, and it took me a while just because I didn't really know how to go about it, because I've never actually made a piece of clothing before. But after a lot of tries, I figured out that the best stitches to work with this kind of jacket are the single stitch and the double knot stitch. And it does have fur inside, but the only reason that it does have fur inside is because I asked my grandma to line it with fur and to sew on the buttons, because your girl can't sew. I know. She can crochet, she can sew. Yeah, this is the jacket. Here's a little bit close up of the color. And for this jacket, I did have to use a really thick yarn just because I did not want her to freeze, even though I did end up lining it with wool inside. Yeah, I'm gonna put that aside now. Just wanted to show you guys something I've made, thought it was really interesting. Anyways, the point of this video is to show you kind of like the basis and what you really need to know in order to get started if you feel like it. So I have yarn right here. It's pretty cool. It's yellow, it's very vibrant, and it's semi-thick, not too thick, because I am going to end up, after I finish this tutorial, I'm going to end up making a blanket out of it, and I don't want it too thick just because I already have a comforter on my bed, and I don't want to burn. To crochet, I'm going to be using this yarn, like I said, and also I have more yarn. I definitely do. I have a whole bag of yarn here, but just for the tutorial, I decided to pull out a quick yarn that I already had unraveled and everything. But this is how I keep my yarn. Yeah, I keep it in bundles because we don't like messy yarn. I also have green, you know. Yeah. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to grab your yarn. Hold on, give me one moment. Okay, so you're gonna grab your yarn. Here's your yarn. You're gonna grab the end of it, and what you're gonna do is you're going to make a knot. So it's simple, not that, it's kind of self-explanatory. You just make a knot, a little one. Doesn't have to be big, just big enough for the hook that you are going to put in. Speaking of, there are different hook sizes. I just chose to crochet with the J10 6.6 millimeter hook. They are bigger hooks, smaller hooks, you know, different sizes for different projects. But anyway, like I said, you're gonna make the knot. It should look a little something like this, and then you're going to put your hook through it, and you're gonna take the end of the string and tighten it around your hook. So it should be snug, not too tight, because you want to have a little bit of room in there, and you'll see why later. So it should be able to move nice and loosely, but not for it to fall out of the hook. Anyways, then you're going to flip this. So you're gonna have the end of the yarn facing this. You're gonna hold it together, and you're going to twist your yarn. I'm gonna repeat that. I don't really know what to call it. You're just gonna grab the yarn. I dropped my mic. So, like I said, you're gonna grab your yarn like this, like so. Grab it, and then you're gonna grab the yarn like this. You're gonna twist. Wait, I should probably show you guys. So you're gonna grab the yarn, you're going to twist, and you're going to loop your finger around it. So it should look a little something like this. And the point of this, I mean, a lot of people choose to do it different ways. I just choose to do it this way because it's more easy access for me, and it's easier to adjust the string if it gets too tight. So then after I have the yarn, you're gonna grab the knot. So I grab the knot with my index and my second finger, and you're going to go under the yarn, pull through. And this is why I said not to make that knot, not to tighten it so much, because you need room for the knot to come through. So again, I'm gonna repeat that just in case you didn't understand. You're going to put your hook through the first knot you made. If I can put it in. Interesting, you know, take your time. Anyways, again, you don't want it too tight. So you're gonna grab the yarn, you're gonna adjust it first. You're gonna grab it, you're gonna loop under, you're gonna pull through. And you're gonna keep doing that until you get the desired amount of stitches that you want.
Just like so. You're gonna grab it, pull under, pull through. Under it, pull over, 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 pull through.
Another thing, you want to keep the same amount of space between each stitch, because you don't want some stitches to come out smaller and some others to come out bigger, because in the end result, it will affect your project.
Tighter some look looser, and you want everything to look uniform. So again, you're just gonna keep going. For the purpose of this video, not to make this that long, I'm not gonna make as many as I would normally do, because I don't want to make this super long. But again, you know, go under, pull through, loop under, pull through, loop under, pull through, and I'll stop right there.
So after you do that a couple of times, you should have something that looks like this. So you should have like basically a braid with a tail at the end. And again, you could keep going. It just depends on what you're making, but just for like a video or like a demo, I'm making it kind of short because, you know, don't want to make this too long. After you stop here, you're going to grab your yarn, wrap it around your arm again. You're gonna flip it upside down. And this is a little tricky, but what you're going to do is you're gonna grab your hook, and you have your first space right here. So see, right here is your first space. So it's this one right here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna loop it under, and you're going to insert your hook into that first space, and you're gonna loop again, pull through, and you should have 3 little loops around your hook like so. You're gonna loop one more time, pull through 2 of those hoops, and you should have 2 loops now. And then you're gonna loop around the string one more time and pull through both of the hooks, leaving you with only one hook, one loop on the, what is this called? On the hook. There you go. So, you're gonna do that one more time. Let me just show you. You're gonna loop around the string that you already have. You're gonna put it into the second stitch, insert it, loop one more time, and you should have 3 loops in your hook. And you're gonna loop one more time, pull through 2 of those hoops, and you're gonna loop one more time and pull through all 2 of those hoops, leaving you with only 1 hoop. And you should start to see the pattern kind of form already. But just to keep going, I'm gonna keep showing you. I'm gonna loop one more time. I'm gonna insert it into the next stitch. And you wanna also make sure that you're not inserting it into the same stitch, just because the pattern is just not gonna come out as you want it. And it's very difficult to fix it. You can fix it. It is fixable. It's very difficult. Again, you're gonna pull through the first 2 loops, loop against the string, pull through the other loops, and then you're gonna keep doing that until you get all the way down. We are at almost the end. Wow, that was quick. So again, let me just do the last few over here. I'm gonna insert it into the last stitch, pull through 3 loops, pull through 2 of those, then you have 2 loops, pull through those 2, and then you have 1. And then again, I'm gonna pull through the last one, again, pull through the loop, wait, and you're gonna pull it through one more time. And this one is a little tight. Oh crap. Oopsie daisy. Anyways, yeah, here's what it looks like. Here's the first row. So now once you get to the last stitch, should look something like this. You're going to grab your hook. Sorry, wait, it got caught. 1 second. You're gonna grab your hook, pull it through. You're gonna twist your work. So now your work should be on the opposite side. You're gonna make 3 more stitches. 1, 2. Actually, we're just gonna make 2 because I don't want to confuse you guys. So after you make those 2 stitches, you're gonna turn, flip your work, and you're going to do the same thing that you did in the first stitch in the second one. So you're gonna loop your string or your yarn, loop your hook, insert it into the first stitch, and the first stitch is right here where my hook is pointing at. So it's right here. You're gonna see it. You're gonna loop 3. You're gonna loop one more time. First 2, loop one more time, second 2. And you're just gonna repeat the same thing you did for the first row. So loop, pull through the first 2, pull through this last 2, first crop thing. You're gonna loop one more time, go like this, go like that, and there you go. And you're gonna loop one more time, 3 loops, pull through the first 2, pull through the next 2, and you're gonna keep going all the way to the end, and you're basically going to repeat. So I'm gonna finish this last row.
And I'm gonna stop the video right here because again, I don't want to make it too long.
And then lastly, you have this one. You pull, grab. So then you pull through the first 2, loop, pull through the last 2. So again, this is what it should start to look like. You should start to get kind of like a triangle.
You should start to get kind of like a triangle.
Again, depending on what you want to make, sometimes you can make it into a circle, but that would be easier because then you would have to start crocheting into an arc, which is a little bit harder to do. And again, I don't want to confuse you guys. So this is the beginning stitch. Yeah, and basically you just gotta have fun with it. The pattern, it's a little, there you go. There's the pattern, a little bit close up. Yeah, that's gonna end this video. I hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna finish this actually because, let's make a blanket. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys get into it if you choose to. It is a lot of fun, and I promise you it will not disappoint, and it cures your boredom. So if you're bored, go ahead, go crochet or do something. Yeah.